Coming up next on Softball 360, presented by USA Softball. It's the championship game at the WBSC Junior Women's World Championship. The USA Softball Junior Women's National Team takes on always tough Team Japan. Columbus, Ohio has plenty of sports excitement to offer beyond the Buckeyes of Ohio State University. We're headed to the Fastpitch Showdown World Series, and these young players won't let it rain on their softball parade. The world's greatest softball home run hitters take aim at the Trop, Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Rays. It's round 5 of the USA Softball Stadium Power Tour. Will Miken's Kyle Pearson continue his hot streak? They're the best in the game and represent their country at the highest level. We'll catch up with the members of the USA Softball Women's National Team. Softball 360, presented by USA Softball, starts right now.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Softball 360. We're here to see the best of the best compete on the center stage. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Softball 360. I'm Jennie Finch, your guide to all things softball. Let's check out the Junior USA Women's National Team as they head down to the WBSC Women's World Championship as they have made it all the way to the final game to defend their gold medal.
When 26 countries from all over the world and their softball teams come together to play ball, what can you expect? At the WBSC Junior Women's World Championship in Clearwater, Florida, great games, sportsmanship, and fans with boundless energy were front and center. At the opening ceremonies on one of Clearwater's great beaches, teams from around the globe came to celebrate and prepare for a week of intense softball. Plenty for teams to do in Clearwater between games beyond the beach. The Philadelphia Phillies have held their spring training here since 1948. Today, the Phillies farm team, the Thrashers, call it home. This is a region that loves and respects the sport of softball, and the number of amazing facilities back that up.
City of Clearwater just doing everything that they can to host, because you know what, there are so many young ladies and their families that come in to participate in this event. It really makes an outstanding opportunity for people to see the city of Clearwater and the surroundings, but also to be able to play our sport at the top level on some of the best fields in the entire country.
After a week of hard-fought games that went to and fro, 2 teams emerged and are headed to the championship game. Team Japan and Team USA, a battle of the Titans. Team USA came out ahead in an earlier game against Japan with speed, power, and great pitching. Bubba Nichols tied the JWWC record with 5 home runs on the way to a 4-1 victory.
It's just pretty crazy because all I do is focus on hitting the ball hard for my team, and, you know, it pays out, I guess.
And in the championship game, Bubba was back at it in a big way. Not to be outdone, Bailey Klingler does her own version of the long ball home run try. And at the end, there was no doubt about it, as the USA Softball Junior Women's National Team dominated. 13-4 was the final score. Let the celebration and the countdown to the 2020 Olympics begin.
Congrats to the USA Softball Junior National Team. I know Japan is always tough, and they had an impressive week down there and had a very great victory over a very good team from Japan. So congrats, USA ladies, and stay tuned for more Softball 360.
Still ahead, time for the Fastpitch Showdown in Columbus, Ohio, as many of the best young teams gather for a skills competition, all-star game, and a weekend of softball memories at one of the best facilities in the Midwest. It's a battle of the Titans as Team Miken, Worth, Monsta, and Easton have arrived in Tampa for a home run derby at the home of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Softball 360, presented by USA Softball, is brought to you by Easton Sports. There is a difference, and the difference is Easton. By Monsta, the highest performance softball bats on the planet. And by Worth Sports. Elevate your level of play with innovative high-performance equipment.
Columbus, Ohio has a ton of sports excitement to offer, even beyond the Buckeyes at Ohio State University. And we're going to head down for the Fastpitch Showdown World Series. Once again, Bill Beckham and his crew have set up a great program for the young softballers.
Softball, Columbus, Ohio style. For more than 2 decades, this annual gathering of young softball players at the Fastpitch Showdown World Series has been the softball highlight of the summer.
Seemed like a really good opportunity, lots of teams, lots of fun, and just a good experience for the girls.
On this weekend, the focus was on the 12U, 10U, and 8U.
These girls are great. These girls are going to be up and coming in the years through high school and hopefully eventually getting their way into college.
Close to 200 teams are ready to play ball, but mostly it's all about a low-key, low-pressure tournament for the game they all love.
But it's just really so the girls can have a good time and enjoy the weekend, and for a lot of them it's the last weekend of softball for this year.
The weekend gets started with the annual skills competition, and the judges keep tabs on several categories.
It's a lot of fun. I think they're doing a great job. They've got so many skills competitions, keeping everybody involved, and it's just a fun atmosphere, even in the rain.
Around the Horn is a timed event to see how fast players can whip it around the diamond. In the accuracy test, players discover their ability to hit the cutoff or make the play at the plate. A classic home run derby is the chance to showcase your power.
They're really pretty advanced. They got good hitting technique. They're hitting a lot of line drives. Instead of the pop flies and the homers where the coaches want the line drive. So a lot of them do have good technique.
Speed is important in the game of softball.
You almost did it.
And the fast pitch competition puts a premium on heat.
They're fierce. They're little, but they're fierce.
Oh, they're rocking. I'm seeing the heat come off. I'm feeling it back here. Some good stuff.
Nice. A soggy morning didn't dampen the spirit of these ladies, nor did they let it rain on their parade. Albeit a bit muted this year, damp, but still darn good fun. Columbus, Ohio may be best known for the legendary athletics at Ohio State, but there's much more to the capital and largest city in Ohio. Teams that take part in the Fastpitch Showdown found plenty to see and do between games, from sports to shopping to a superb selection and variety of great meals. Columbus features some of the best park and rec facilities in the USA. The host site at Berliner Park is one of the largest of its kind in the world. Back on the field, time for the All-Star Games, as the teams of local softball superstars come together to play as a team. Seeing these young ladies learn the value of hard work, of teamwork, and of playing for the larger cause will serve them well. And many of them will be able to trace it all back to a weekend in Columbus, Ohio at the Fastpitch World Series.
We want to give all the girls that play softball a World Series experience. They don't have to be an elite team to qualify or anything like that. We just want all the girls to have that experience.
Rain or shine, there's always great softball in Columbus. Stick around for more Softball 360 right after this brief timeout.
What does it take to play at the highest level of softball? When we return, some of the USA Softball Women's National Team share what got them to the top and find out if Miken's Kyle Pearson can continue his hot hand at the plate as the world's greatest home run hitters take on the Trop, home of the Tampa Bay Rays.
They're the best in the game, and they represent their country at the highest level. Let's check in with the USA Softball Women's National Team.
Playing for the Stars and Stripes, a massive responsibility. The culmination of years of hard work at a game that requires athletic skills, teamwork, good fortune, and plenty of passion. Making the team is a classic dream come true.
At the tryout, they told us only 5 girls were going to be making the team. And I said to myself, I just got to give it everything I have. Just go in there, have fun, and just be you, have nothing to lose. And then when I found out that I was one of the 5, I was the first one to get called into the room, because they did it where we'd get called into the room and they were talking to us, and I was the first one to get called into the room. I was so nervous. And they told me that I was on the team. I was just like, and then they told me I couldn't tell anybody. I was like, what do you mean I can't tell anyone? They're like, you have to wait till everyone else gets talked to. But it was just, from that moment, it's like, I'm gonna keep working. Like I'm thrilled to be able to continue my career and keep playing, and especially playing on USA. It was awesome.
The journey for Team USA Women's National Team began back in January at selection camp. It was time for team chemistry and leadership to take shape.
Putting together the part of winning in the dugout and winning in the locker room, and that enhances the opportunity for us to win on the field itself. So it's just a complete evaluation of the process, and it's really interesting to see them interact and how they work together also. And like I said, combine that with the talent, combine that with the productivity measurements on the field, and trying to come up with the best unit we can.
Later, a series of exhibition games lead Team USA to the World Cup of Softball. 8 nations from around the globe traveled to the softball capital of the world, Oklahoma City, to test and be tested in a grand softball extravaganza. Last summer, Team USA traveled to Japan and the Tokyo Dome for a series that many feel is a preview of the 2020 Olympics. Massive crowds, plenty of spirit, and great play on the field.
Yeah, playing in the Tokyo Dome was incredible. It was so loud. I couldn't hear myself breathe or talk, and everyone over there loves softball, and I love when fans know the game of softball. They don't just love it, but they know. And when great plays are made, it doesn't matter if it's for the home team or away team, they're cheering. And I think it's amazing, and it just shows how much support we'll get in the Olympics in 2020.
Team USA knows the road to gold is paved with hard work and simple life lessons on how to be great.
Just be to enjoy the game, and I think it's great to have goals, and so you can have goals to play, at big schools and things like that, but also just enjoy the time that you have where you're at with your teammates. Don't overlook the blessing that you have to get to play travel ball and to get to, don't think that, oh, I just have to get to the next level and kind of miss where you're at. So I think that just enjoy the game and love what you do.
You're representing your country. I mean, I get to put on USA clothes all the time now too, and it's just, it doesn't ever get old. I'm proud of everything and just proud to represent my country, and I don't know, it's just like one of those feelings, like you want to go out there and do your best and play for your country and play for your teammates and everything you worked for up to this point. Like, this is it. And I don't know, yeah, you're right. You can't use words to describe it. It's just one of those feelings where you just want to go out and shoulders back, like, here we go.
The USA Softball Women's National Team is ready for the big stage, and always so very proud to represent the Stars and Stripes. I know firsthand there's nothing better than wearing USA across your chest, and you have everything going in, tunnel vision, nothing but gold. And I know that in the back of their minds, all of these young ladies, young women, are shooting for 2020. That's the goal. They're aiming, they're tuning in, get ready.
Still ahead, Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Rays, is the site as Team Miken, Worth, Easton, and Monsta have converged to find out who is the world's greatest softball home run hitter.
Softball 360, presented by USA Softball, is brought to you by Miken Sports, elite equipment for the elite player. Dudley, the official softball of the Stadium Power Tour. And by employee-owned Long Haul Trucking. We're looking for quality drivers. Log on to longhaultrucking.com.
It's time for an update of the USA Softball Stadium Power Tour as the world's greatest home run hitters take on the Trop. Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Rays. Get ready for an old-fashioned slugfest.
Under the big top, known as the Trop, Miken, Easton, Worth, and Monsta are ready for round 4 of the USA Softball Stadium Power Tour at Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Rays. The rules are straightforward. Each slugger gets 15 swings. Each home run is worth 1 point, except the last swing. It's known as the money ball, and it's worth 2 points and could be the tiebreaker today. Leading off in Tampa, Andrew A.C. Collins for Team Miken. AC got to the Power Tour with hard work and an even harder swing. Pound for pound, AC is one of the toughest hitters in the game today. While he shows plenty of promise, AC has got to step it up to make the finals as he ends up his day with 3 points. Stepping in for Team Monsta is Ryan Dacko. The D-Train hails from Southern California and is one of the youngest sluggers in the game. But don't let his age fool you. D-Train already has plenty of slugging experience to share. Dacko played baseball at the University of Massachusetts and was recruited to play in the bigs, but fate stepped in on an elbow injury that halted his career. He's a tad off today and ends up with 4 points. He knows he can do better. Here comes big bad Chris Griner, and we do mean big, at 6'6" and close to 300 pounds. Chris is known as the G-Man and is one tough customer at the plate. But the G-Man is also subpar today. 5 points, and this may haunt him later in the season. Please welcome Travis the Blaster Clark for Team Easton. The Blaster uses a super fast, whip-like swing to send softball souvenirs deep into the yard. Travis has darn near perfect technique at the plate, and he could put on a how to do it seminar on the art of the swing. But the Trop is not what the Blaster hoped for, and he ends his shift with 6 points. Stepping up next, Brian, the ball will be flying, Wegman. Team Easton has won the championship before, so you are watching a legacy slugger at the plate. Wegs makes quick work of it with his legendary quick swing and keen eye for the ball. And that Dudley softball is gone. Wegs ends up with 9 for the lead. And now the show is definitely getting interesting. Stepping into the box, Ryan Thor Harvey. He's known as Thor simply because he's as big as Thor and likes to swing the hammer. Thor played in the bigs for a number of teams until an injury sent him to the dugout. But he scratches his competitive itch with softball and is worth bats. Last season, Thor's blast at Tropicana Park hit the American flag in deep center field. It was viewed more than 500,000 times on social media. Thor ends with double figures, 10 big points, and he is the new leader. Clear a path for Kyle Big Country Pearson. Kyle hits the ball a country mile and calls the backwoods of Louisiana home. Hard work, great technique, confidence, and a Miken bat. That's the combo platter that's working for KP today. One after another are leaving his Miken bat. And with this homer, he takes the lead, 11 points.
What a day at the Trop. Kyle Pearson from Team Miken coming in hot. The standings, the points battles, it's coming down to the end. Let's see who makes it to the finals of the USA Softball Stadium Power Tour in Miami. The finals, that's where you want to be. For standings, for schedule updates, please log on to softball360.com. We're always here. We love to hear your story ideas. Hit us up at usasoftball.com or softball360.com. And like I always leave my campers with 2 words, dream and believe.
Please join us next week on Softball 360. A full report on the USA Softball All-American Games as the best 12U ladies gather in Oklahoma City. Those stories and more next week on Softball 360, presented by USA Softball.